Hello and welcome to the program. This edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka, and we begin in Bauchi State, where the State Police Command has launched a comprehensive investigation into a violent confrontation between farmers and herders in Bursalil village, Zaki local government area, which resulted in the death of an unidentified herder. The clash occurred on November the 26th, 2025 at about 1100 hours local time after herders from Jigawa State allegedly trespassed on farmlands in the community, encroaching on the area and destroyed crops. The incident reportedly triggered a confrontation with local residents, during which one herder was killed. Upon receiving the report, the divisional police officer of Zaki Division, SP Ilya Dogo, immediately deployed a team of detectives to the scene, where 5 suspects were subsequently arrested in connection with the incident. A preliminary investigation is now ongoing to establish the full circumstances surrounding the altercation. The Police Commissioner, Bauchi State Command, CP Sani Omolori Aliu, has directed that the case be transferred to the Deputy Commissioner of Police, State Criminal Investigation Department to ensure a thorough job, while also assuring the public of the command's commitment to secure justice for the aggrieved and prevent further escalation. The Nigerian army says it is leaving no stone unturned in efforts to restore peace to troubled communities across southern Taraba State. The Commander 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Sector 3, Operation Wellstroke, Brigadier General Kingsley Uwa, stated this when he led troops into the enclaves of terrorists to flush them out. According to him, all displaced persons will return to their ancestral lands, and there will be no room for further destruction of lives and property in Taraba State.
The Nigerian army is taking the battle against insurgency to the camps of the insurgents to ensure that Taraba remains an unsafe haven for hoodlums through ground and air operations. The operation is led by the Commander 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Sector 3 Operation Wellstroke, Brigadier General Kingsley Uwa, and comes following the reported invasion of 67 communities across southern Taraba, which left destruction of homes and deaths of residents in its wake.
I have come with my men to occupy this forward operating base because our occupation of this forward operating base is going to assist in solving some of the problems that we are having or we're experiencing around the border area between Taraba State and Benue State. And we all know that Taraba has a lot of borders. It has border with Benue State, Nasarawa State, Plateau State, Gombe, Bauchi, Adamawa State, and as well as Cameroon. So with the establishment of the forward operating bases, it will only be very much easier to secure the state.
The brigade commander and his team visit the internally displaced persons camp in Chachanji, where he announced to them that the military has taken over the bushy areas to help restore peace and ensure their quick return home.
We will fish them out wherever they are. We'll fish them out. And I assure you, this is not an empty promise. Those that know me, know me. I mean my words. I am going with my men, I'm leading them myself to ensure that the instructions that has been passed to me is properly carried out. And by the special grace of God, you will spend your Christmas and New Year in your homes and your villages.
Some of our people, our members, are dead in the bush. There is just no way we can bury them. We leave everything, our clothes, whatsoever we have, we leave there to save our life.
Meanwhile, the Taraba state government is using the opportunity of the military cover to provide relief materials to the victims.
When the incident happened 2 weeks ago, within 24 hours, His Excellency Dr. Abukef has mandated us to provide interventions to the displaced victims in Manya, taking refuge in Manya, Takum, Kufai Amadu and Chenchanji, and we've done that when the incident first happened. So this is the second phase of the incident, and currently we have about 6,787 IDPs, and 1,336 households, and most of them taking refuge in the communities that I've mentioned earlier.
From day to night, the Nigerian Army continues its sojourn into the thick forest to rid the state of criminals, to ensure that lasting peace prevails and economic activities resume in affected areas.
And from Bauchi, we head over to Yobe State, where the Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, in partnership with the government, has handed over non-food items to Almajiri pupils and Sangaya schools in the state. Flagging of the exercise in Buninyadi, Gujba local government area, the managing director of the commission, who is represented by the Yobe State coordinator, Professor Ali Abbas, said the effort was to alleviate the sufferings of the Sangaya schools. According to him, the items include nylon sleeping mats, blankets, among other things, that target 38,000 pupils who received them directly. The commission also handed over a new solar-powered borehole to the Sangaya schools in Buninyadi.
The Northeast Development Commission is partnering with the Yobe State government to bring succor and warmth to our Almajiri and Sangaya students who are currently facing the harsh weather of Harmattan season. So we are here with the Sangaya and Almajiri system of education in Yobe State to deliver these warm items, blankets and nylon mats to support our pupils and students in these schools. Number two, if you look behind you, it is a brand new solar-powered borehole that is recently completed by the Northeast Development Commission. The aim of the Northeast Development Commission in collaboration with Yobe State government is to support these existing schools to improve their conditions so that we have a conducive learning and teaching and learning atmosphere, just like we have in other formal education system in existence. Our target is to enhance the current system so that the Almajiri system of education will gradually be modernized and it will serve the purpose of national development, inshallah.
The governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, has proposed a 2026 budget of over 878 billion naira, with 65% allocated to capital expenditure and 35% to recurrent expenditure. The proposed budget represents an increase of over 40% compared to the 2025 budget, which recorded a 79.1% performance rate. Presenting the 2026 appropriation bill, tagged Budget of Consolidation and Sustainability, before the State Assembly, Governor Mohammed disclosed that the economic sector received the largest proposed allocation of over 400 billion naira. He also reaffirms his administration's commitment to settling all outstanding gratuities owed to retirees in full.
The sum of 878 billion 152 million 907,000 has been budgeted for capital and recurrent services during the 2026 fiscal year. This 2026 budget is more than a compilation of figures. It is a statement of our values, a testament to where we started, where we stand today, and where we are determined to take Bauchi to by the year 2027 and beyond. So it is not an act of extrapolation or guesswork. We try to be very scientific and to be very exact. As we enter the final full year of this administration, under my humble leadership, our commitment is to consolidate what we have started, to complete strategic roads, schools, hospitals, water schemes in all our local governments, the government house, the international conference center, the courts, the assembly complex, to deepen reforms in agriculture, education, health, digital economy, solid minerals, and public service, including the payment of gratuity 100%, inshallah.
And to other aspects of development, the livestock transformation program of the federal government has taken a giant leap with the commissioning of an ultra-modern veterinary hospital in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, by the Minister of Livestock Development, Mr. Idi Mukhtar Meha. The hospital, which is the first of 21 veterinary hospitals being built across the country, is part of the rollout of projects being undertaken by the federal government's Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, with the support of the World Bank.
It plays a crucial role in Nigeria's economy, providing food security and employment to millions. It employs about 30% of the rural population and significantly contributes to poverty alleviation. Despite its importance, the livestock sector accounts for less than 10% of the agriculture GDP and only 2.3% of the national GDP, indicating potential for growth and development. But the subsector is currently suffering a drawback due to rudimentary traditional practices.
Glory of God Almighty, the progress of humanity. In the name of Allah, the beneficial and most merciful.
The federal government's livestock strategy seeks to transform the sector into a $73 billion industry in the next 5 years, and a major step towards this is the commissioning of the first ultra-modern veterinary hospital in Adamawa State, northeast Nigeria, equipped with state-of-the-art facilities.
This is in alignment with the Nigerian Livestock Growth Strategy as a growth policy guideline for the livestock sector transformation in Nigeria. The renewed hope is alive and strong as ever, a mantra that inspires all of us to dive into every sector with a view to changing the old narratives and replacing them with the new and innovative ones.
Several other projects are ongoing across the country to enhance livestock production in Nigeria, such as the Livestock Production and Resilience Project. Its coordinator, Sanusi Abubakar, gives more details on the partnership with the World Bank and participating states.
This hospital represents a prototype design that has already been successfully replicated in 6 other states, with 13 more set to benefit under the LPRES program. It is a testament to the Federal Ministry of Livestock's resolve, supported by our partners at the World Bank, to strengthen the foundations of a resilient, competitive and sustainable livestock industry.
The Adamawa State Governor Umaru Fintiri is represented by his Chief of Staff, Dr. Amos Edgar. He pledges deeper collaboration with the federal government to help expand the sector.
With this hospital, we look forward to better clinical services, better diagnosis, treatment and management of livestock diseases. I appeal to clients to take advantage of this. I also appeal to the veterinarians and other staff that will work here that they should maintain the highest level of professionalism in the discharge of our responsibilities so that the purpose for which the edifice has been created will be achieved.
Meanwhile, the national chairman of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association appreciates the support given to him and his members.
McBride remains strongly committed to partnering with LPRES to ensure that the benefits of this investment reach every herder, agro-pastoralists and livestock farmers. We are ready to mobilize our members and provide full cooperation so that this hospital becomes a center of excellence in animal health, training and community engagement.
The veterinary hospital will also serve as a training center for students of tertiary institutions in the Northeast studying veterinary science.
You're watching Newsroom series, and we'll take a break now. When we return, we'll touch on the education sector with proposals to productive engagement of yearly graduates from Nigeria's tertiary institutions in the Northeast. So stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. The Yobe State Emergency Medical and Ambulance Services, YEMA Bus, says it has responded to 6,000 pregnant women in labor under its program, Rural Emergency Services and Maternal Transport, RESMAT, across 5 local government areas in the state. The Executive Secretary of the agency, Mr. Abdullahi Danchua, disclosed this at a joint meeting with State Emergency Medical Treatment Committee and service providers in Damaturu, the state capital.
Yobe State Emergency Medical and Ambulance Services, established in May 2023, is saddled with the responsibility of providing effective and efficient emergency healthcare delivery across the state. Officials of the agency are meeting with stakeholders and service providers to review its mandate of improving rural healthcare access and emergencies as the year 2025 comes to an end.
What I will add is to emphasize on the need for Yema boss to provide all the criteria and standard or kind of checklists or guidelines to the other health facilities that have not yet been onboarded, so that we can fast-track the onboarding of all the health facilities in Yobe State.
The agency and its service providers have responded to about 10,000 emergencies under the Rural Emergency Services and Maternal Transportation in the last 2.5 years.
We want to just avail them with information regarding the operationalization of responding to emergencies across the state. So far, we are fully conscious that these facilities, they have responded adequately, and they have also treated more than 4,000 cases from the inception of these agencies to date. And we also have a program called Rural Emergency Services and Maternal Transportation, simply called RESMAT. Today, I want to assure you that in these 5 local government areas, we have achieved responding to over 6,000 women and neonates to facility, and they were treated. Out of this, I think we have only 1% mortality.
All in all, the BLS ambulances, we have over 25 BLS ambulances. Not only that, in the rural areas and the communities, we have tricycle ambulances distributed, which will help in community transport. And with that, we have in our fleet, we have over 60 tricycle ambulances in our fleet to help with rural emergency transport.
Chairman of the agency, Professor Waru Goni, says the agency has expanded its services across the 3 zones of the state and is looking forward to further expansion.
And if you can see, almost 2 zones out of the 3, all the zones in the states are now being represented. The emergency medical ambulance service has expanded to all the zones. We are yet to unfold fully 100%, but in the next year, that is in 2026, inshallah, all the nooks and crannies of Yobe State will be covered by this very important service. Even in an exam, when you score 98%, you know that you have an A. So we are very much happy for this. And then we are also very happy for the NEMSAs for the prompt payment of all the claims from the various health facilities.
It's expected that the introduction of the emergency services will improve the response time to those who need urgent help.
The wife of Borno State Governor, Mrs. Falmata Zulum, says the time has come for Nigerian women to be fully represented at the decision-making table towards national development. The Borno State First Lady, who disclosed this at a sensitization for the passage of the Reserved Seats for Women Bill, organized by the Office of the APC National Woman Leader in Maiduguri, says despite the contribution of women to national growth, their representation has continued to be low.
The national women leader of the All Progressives Congress and the wife of the Borno State Governor, Falmata Zulum, amongst other stakeholders, are meeting in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to advocate for the passage of the Women Reserved Seat Bill. This sensitization program comes with a theme, Northeast Women Rising, advocating for our constitutional space in leadership. It's aimed at creating awareness amongst the women folk on why the bill must be passed and signed.
The theme of this program, Northeast Women Rising, advocating for our constitutional space in leadership, is not just a theme. It is a movement. It is a statement. It is a declaration that the time has come for women to be fully represented at the decision-making table. For decades, women in the Northeast have been at the forefront of rebuilding communities, strengthening households, supporting peace efforts, and driving economic development, yet their representation in leadership remains low.
Through the Renewed Hope Initiative, she has continued to champion women's inclusion, empowerment, and dignity across Nigeria. Her support for women's political participation aligns powerfully with the Reserved Seats Bill, reinforcing the national agenda for equitable representation.
The governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, who supports the bill, explains that women representation will continue to face setbacks once it is not backed by law.
We also recognize that state-level efforts, no matter how sincere, are not enough without constitutional support. Structural barriers will continue to limit women's access to political leadership. The Reserved Seat for Women Bill is therefore a strategic corrective measures, a tool for strengthening democracy by promoting representation that truly reflects the diversity of our population. Other nations have implemented similar reforms and witnessed significant improvements.
National Women Leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Mrs. Mary Idele, says the Women Caucus is hopeful that the bill will see the light of day under this administration.
I know we tried twice and we didn't succeed, but now again this is the third time. The Englishman says third time is a charm, so we are believing that this third time we will pass it. This is one of the highest sensitization programs. In the two last time, I don't think there was a lot of sensitization. There was not a lot of speaking about it, but now we are determined, as your mothers, as your wives, as your children, as your sisters, we are determined to take our rightful place in these houses. We want to also be able to be part of decision making.
The sensitization, which is ongoing across other states, is aimed at involving women at all levels of decision making.
Education is too important to leave its funding to parents alone, especially students with struggling families. This formed the crux of the 20th inaugural lecture by the Gombe State University. The lecture, delivered by the Vice-Chancellor, a Professor of Education and an astute administrator, Professor Yauta, paints a grim picture of the inability of parents or guardians to pay tuition fees after the awards successfully gain admission. Speaking in an interview with Channels Television, Professor Yatau reiterates that funding should be a collaborative effort between the student, government and private companies. Sharing this view in an earlier address, the Deputy Governor of Gombe State spoke about the importance of education and the roles institutions should play to ensure a solid foundation for graduates, including creating multiple opportunities to fund their studies.
The importance of education as a means of social stratification. The essence of education as a tool to give people the means of livelihood is too important that we cannot neglect and overlook it. Education, if the truth is that, like what they talk of school, school means students come here and obtain objectives of life. Whether our education is doing that, only God knows. But that is what education is about.
Funding university education cannot be left out for one single individual or one body or parent or student or government or the industry. We have to combine our hands together so that we can be able to fund the university education if we want to have a quality university education, quality university graduate. That is, it has been part of me, and alhamdulillah, today I have professed, and I have delivered a lecture which of course rally around all my area of specializations, and I was able to profess the fact that university education is a serious responsibility of individual, parent, industry and the government coming together to have a common pool so that they can be able to fund a university education for our own development.
And that sums it up on Newsroom Series today, this edition covering Nigeria's Northeast. Thank you so much for watching. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.